Malcolm and Marie follows a couple, filmmaker Malcolm, John David Washington, and his girlfriend, Marie, Zendaya, as they revisit and excavate just about every painful argument they've had in the past decade. It's war, and sometimes it's reprehensible. They deal blow after blow, and just when you think someone's had the last word, the other goes for the throat. The whole movie takes place in one night, and costume designer and image architect Law Roach only had 3 outfits to work with. It was going to be shot in black and white, so the clothes needed to have a life, as he tells it. On top of that, director Sam Levinson wanted everything to be timeless, so that when people watch Malcolm and Marie 20 years from now, they'll think, God, look at that dress. It was a tall order, but Roach, who has styled the likes of Celine, Dion and Ariana Grande, was up for it. He's been working with Zendaya for years, but things were a little different this time. He'd have to do everything remotely, as Malcolm and Marie was the first major film to be completed entirely under pandemic restrictions. Roach's job was to get into Marie's head during the fight, to create each look to pace with its many ebbs and flows. And remember, make it timeless. Here's how he did it. Photo, courtesy of NetflixRoach, worked with stylist and designer Jason Rembert. You know him from the white suit AOC wore on the cover of Vanity Fair, to create a custom gown in metallic, pewter-colored fabric. It's what Zendaya wears to her boyfriend's film screening, and in the first part of the argument when they get home from the event. On the fabric, the most important note that I got from Sam Levinson is that the dress had to have movement because it was being shot in black and white. It needed to have a life, to catch that light from every angle and from every direction. It had to feel liquid, and the metallic was a natural way for me to get that. Photo, DOMINIC MILLER, Netflix, copyright 2021. On the cutout, I don't think Marie and Zendaya have anything in common other than that they share the same body, so it was all about figuring out exactly who Marie was and what type of girl she is. We don't know how old she is, but she's lived, and she's done some things, and she's made some mistakes, and she loves fashion. She's uber sexy and sexual. On inspirations, when me and Jason started speaking, Michelle Pfeiffer from Casino was a reference, but it was less about clothes and more about mood and emotion and lighting. The pantyhose are Wolford, if you're curious. Photo, Netflix. On those backseam pantyhose, I just think backseams are incredibly sexy and always have been. If you think about the bombshell beauties of the 50s, they always had that backseam. And me creating this fantasy woman in my head, I thought it was important to use those. On the shoes, they're a custom pair of Louboutins that Christian made as a gift for her last year. So Kate's covered in black crystals.